The House of Atreus is a dark and tragic tale filled with murder and misfortune. Wicked deed followed wicked deed in this accursed house. Some say that the cause of the misfortune was Tantalus, son of Zeus. He was a king of Lydia, respected by the gods. One day the gods came to his palace to dine with him, but then blinded by hatred, Tantalus killed his own son and fed him to the gods. Killed and boiled, served up on a platter. His hatred to the gods was unparalleled, and he wanted them to be cannibals, to live with the knowledge that they had been tricked by an inferior human. Tantalus had boundless arrogance. He believed he could deceive the gods. In a pool they put him, with the plumpest fruits dangling above, their aroma sweetening the air. But the gods were malevolent. Whenever Tantalus reached for the fruit, the wind would toss the branches away. Whenever he tried to drink the water, it drained into the ground. Forever, in the realm of Hades, Tantalus was tantalized by fruit and water, and able to quench perpetual thirst and hunger. Others say that the cause for the misfortune was Pelops, the son of Tantalus. He was restored by the gods after his father killed him and given their blessing. But not all his father's misfortunes passed him. Pelops fell in love with the Princess of Hippodamia. Princess of Hippodamia truly is beautiful.
So you may love the princess, many men have died for her. In order to truly win the heart of the princess, you must have a chariot race with the king. Win and you win the heart of the princess. Lose and pay with your life. But I must warn you, the king has the best horses in all the land. You will meet your death if you challenge him.
Hippodamia may have fallen in love with Pelops too, or was just tired of all the death her father caused, because she attempted to help Pelops win. She bribed her father's charioteer, Mitalus, to remove the bolts and the wheels of the king's chariot. Pelops won with little trouble, but later killed the charioteer who helped him. For the charioteer was in love with the princess. Some say that this was the cause of doom that befell the family. The daughter of Tantalus, Niobe, perhaps had the worst punishment of all of Tantalus' descendants. She married Amphion, a son of Zeus, and a wonderful musician. They ruled Thebes in peace until a dark madness overtook them.
I am above all mortals. I am rich and powerful. I have 7 strong sons and 7 beautiful daughters. What are any gods compared to me? Why do you mortals indeed worship me two, who have only had 2 children, a Pamela and Artemis? I have 7 times as many. I am the queen of Thebes, too great for any man. Worship me, not a god.
Such words were not unheard by those in heaven. Apollo and Artemis descended from the heavens to avenge the words said against their mother.
My children! No, what's happening? Apollo and Artemis, stop!
Niobe was alone in her grief, and her heart turned to stone. Then, because of the coldness inside her heart, Niobe was turned into a rock, forever wet with the tears wept for her deceased children. In this part, there's 2 teachers and 2 students.
Pelops had 2 sons named Atreus and Thyestes. Thyestes fell in love with Atreus' wife and succeeded in making her unfaithful, so he basically cheated on Atreus. When Atreus found out what happened, he killed Thyestes' children and had them fed to their father.
When Thyestes found out what Atreus had done, he was horrified. So Atreus became king. But because of this, Thyasus could not retaliate, so the family continued to suffer from the impurity of murder.
Yes, Natasha?
Like Atreus' son, Agamemnon and Menelaus. Menelaus had lived a happy life, but Agamemnon had lost a bad life.
Correct. Agamemnon led the Greek forces at Troy and came back as a proud conqueror. When he returned home, he expected the happy townsfolk to greet him, but instead they all had dark faces.
We will find evil happenings here. Things are no longer good in the palace.
Even before Agamemnon left for Troy, he sacrificed his daughter, Iphigenia. Yes?
Didn't Iphigenia really love her father-in-law? But Agamemnon had no choice because he needed a charm against the Phaeacian winds.
She was so sweet and innocent, but the father she loved had no pity, as other men killed her. One sin invariably leads to another.
While the people were going back to the palace, they passed by Cassandra, one of Agamemnon's captives and a famous prophetess. Then she asked the men outside who the house belonged to, and they replied that it was the House of Atreus.
No! It is a house where men are killed and the floor is red with blood. It is a house God hates. And your children crying for whom to bleed, and murder. Oh, the murder!
While Agamemnon was gone, the queen, Clytemnestra, had taken a lover. She no longer loved her husband after he had killed her daughter.
Didn't Cassandra go into the castle and then a cry of pain came from the house and Cassandra came out and the king had died and she killed him?
Yes, the queen came out with her dress and her hands stained with blood. She had no regret in her eyes.
My husband is dead, the murderer of my own child, who cared no more than if a beast should die when there were fleecy fools in a flock. But slew his daughter, slew her for a charm against Thracian winds.
After that, Clytemnestra stepped forward and killed Cassandra for associating with her husband. Then Clytemnestra told her lover, Aegisthus, that everything was okay. However, things were not okay. Clytemnestra had two other children, a son named Orestes and a daughter named Electra, and thus the bad luck was passed on from mother to child.
I was with a friend of my parents. It was a son's duty to kill the murderer of his father, but how could one kill his own mother? I went to Apollo for a prophecy.
Slay the two who slew, atone death from death, shed blood for old bloodshed.
I decided I had to return home. Pylades, Electra, and I made a plan.
The plan was for Orestes and Pylades, our cousin, to go to the palace and say that Orestes was dead. No one would recognize Orestes because he had been gone for a very long time. And our mother would be very happy to hear that he was dead because she always feared that he would return and avenge our father's death.
But our plan was foiled. A slave recognized Orestes immediately. Clytemnestra threw money out, but she did not fight.
I didn't want to kill her, but
It was an order from the gods.
Orestes came out of the palace with blood in his sword. Everyone knew what he had done. After that, he was gone for many years. I did not hear from him then.
During that time, I went through much pain, but those who desired to get rid of guilt will slowly lose it. My guilt finally faded away.
Orestes and I went to see the goddess Athena and plead for her forgiveness for the terrible sins. I said that the killings were my fault, but he claimed that it was his choice. Because no one in the House of Atreus ever felt guilt before, Athena cleansed him of his guilt, and the curse of the House of Atreus was lifted. But the Greeks do not like stories where human beings are sacrificed. Thus, was Iphigenia really sacrificed? The scene, it takes place during Iphigenia's sacrifice.
Falling apart, but I am Clytemnestra. My daughter, she has been sacrificed to the gods. This knife being stabbed into her, the sword with blood.
Wonderful news! Your daughter's not dead.
Excuse me?
Here she was, lying on the altar. Then, all of a sudden, she disappeared, inches before the knife stabbed into her. In her place, there was a deer's throat slit. She surely was transported to heaven. But wait, there's more! She was transported to the land of the Tharians to be a priestess in Artemis's temple.
This too giant have to prepare people for their sacrifices. What is that ship?
It's Orestes and Pylades.
An idea for Orestes. Remind me, what are we doing in this place?
Some said I had not been truly cleansed of my guilt. I spoke to the oracle at Delphi, and Apollo told me I must go to the land of the Tarians and retrieve the sacred image of Artemis from her temple.
But why are we here? We didn't even think.
I feel it has been bothering me for a long time.
They are to be sacrificed.
What a terrible feeling. Another day of agony. Do the goddess take pleasure in sacrificial murder? The men in this land are bloodthirsty. Oh. Where are you from? Your home? A place you'll probably never see again. Are you hurt? What are your names?
Here, do not grieve for us. Why do you ask such questions for a man about to die? We are from Mycenae.
The king. His name was Agamemnon.
I do not know of him. Let's end this talk.
No, tell me.
Dead. Killed by his own wife.
Is the wife alive? What about the daughter? The one who was sacrificed?
Only as one speaks of the dead.
I have a plan. If you help me, I will spare you both. Will you take a letter to my friends in Mycenae?
I will not. My friend will kill me, but not my friend.
So be it. Thank you.
Orestes, I will not leave you here. I cannot let you die. And then when I return, the men will say something. I will be plagued with guilt.
You have your wife, Electra, to protect. If I die, there will be no loss.
Here. The letter is to Orestes, son of Agamemnon. Tell him that it is from Iphigenia, the daughter was sacrificed, and that she is not dead.
It will not take me long to deliver your letter. Orestes, I bring you a letter to my sister.
Thank you.
Wait, how do I know it's you? There is no proof.
The order you were before you went to the altar, your chamber in the palace. I will tell you all.
Brother, it is you. You were just a little baby when I left. How you've grown.
We can talk when we leave this terrible place.
Kill the king, possibly.
Okay, stay where you are. I must purify Artemis's image and take these men to the seashore to cleanse them of their pollution. This must secure in solitude for the sacrifice to take place.
Do as you wish. It seems that Iphigenia's plan was flawless. Orestes, Pylades, and herself were already on a ship sailing away when the king got news of their betrayal. What is the meaning of this?
Stop, O king, I am the great Athena. Let the ship go. Even Poseidon is calming the winds to grant them safe passage. They are guided by the gods. Have no anger.
Oh, of course, my goddess Athena. So, because the House of Atreus is very confusing, we made a family tree. So, Chancellor killed his own son and tried to feed him to the gods. Didn't work very well for him. He was punished by being put into a pool where he could never drink or eat. His son, Pelops, didn't really miss out on all the misfortune. He tried to court the Princess Epidamia, and she was very dangerous because her father kept killing all the suitors. So Princess Epidamia helped Pelops, and they got married and everything. But then Pelops killed Mardalus because he was in love with the princess.
Oh, Tantalus had a daughter named Niobe. And even though she was married to a wonderful musician named Amphion,